can go through Facebook and specify whose posts we want to see first, if we want to see everything that someone posts. This doesn't seem like that much of a big deal, but it is kind of a big deal for Facebook. Why?
Well, Facebook has relied on an algorithm to show us things in newsfeed, basically since it created newsfeed. And the algorithm takes in all kinds of signals, how much time you spend reading certain posts, what links you click on. If you like something, if you're friends with someone, they might show things higher or lower in the feed, depending on who that person is. And in this instance, they're just straight up asking you. They're saying, hey, if I want to see posts from Megan at the top of my feed every time I log into Facebook, I can do that now. And so they're essentially eliminating, at least in some cases, all the signals that they've been collecting all this time and just kind of letting you have a little bit more control. And so it's interesting. I mean, the signals still work when you get past those initial posts. Like once I get past that post from Megan that I said I wanted to see first, the algorithm still comes into play, but it's still an interesting and kind of a different approach that they haven't had before.
Well, they started doing this because it would just be completely overwhelming for us to see everything that everyone posts. I mean, I might be wrong about this, but I think in the very beginning, that's what they did. They just, you could see everybody. And if someone, if your Aunt Patty posted 12 pictures of her dog every 30 minutes, you would see all of them. But then that quickly got overwhelming, so now they changed it. But the thing is that we don't really know exactly how it works, and I think that, Facebook plays such a big role in so many people's lives, so I think that is what was part of the weird thing. That's like, well, why am I seeing one thing and why am I seeing another thing? And they have this picture of me that isn't completely accurate. So I know you talked a little bit about how how long you spend on things. Is there any other Facebook secrets of how the algorithm works that you've picked up in your journalism?
Yeah, I mean, I've covered Facebook for a few years now, and they've, I believe, 2 or 3 different times sat me down and kind of showed me how to curate my feed. And there's a lot of different tips and tricks that you can use. One is, there's a little caret in the top of each post. You can click on that and simply hide a post. If you're seeing too many things from a friend who, was way back in high school, you don't want to unfriend them, but you also don't really want to see all their baby photos. You can go ahead and unfriend them or hide that post. If you're clicking on links and going off to certain sites or reading certain types of stories, the algorithm will realize that and try and show you more of that. And more recently, things like if you watch videos on Facebook and newsfeed, they'll start showing you more video. That's been a big push for Facebook. They want a lot of people watching videos, so they're taking into account how much time you're spending watching video. And then if you're doing that often, they'll say, okay, Kurt likes video. We're going to inundate his feed with a lot more of that. So those are some of the signals. But yes, you're right. People have kind of complained from the beginning, right? Why am I seeing this? Or why is this showing up again on I've already seen this. Why is this showing up again? And sometimes that'll happen if people have been commenting on it since the last time you logged in, and so they'll re-show something. So those are the kinds of things that I think Facebook has tried, but maybe not done a wonderful job of explaining to the public. And so this is a little bit more straightforward.